Looks like it. I will for the employee of the quarter. I'll take your picture for the employee of the quarter.
Good evening, everybody. We're at the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting. We got a citizens comment picking to start. I'm going to turn it over to Kathy. I think we got five people wanting to speak. Kathy, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. When your name is called and you come up to speak, please be sure to state your name and your complete address. The mayor has requested that everyone give their complete address, so please include your city as well. You'll have 3 minutes to speak, and Chief Walker will let you know if you go over your 3 minutes and ask you to stop. And when you do come up, please address the board members. The first speaker tonight is Ronaldo Collazo.
Ronaldo Collazo Torres. I live at 612 Pleasant Hill Drive, Laverne, Tennessee. I'm here today to, first of all, say to Tom and Bruce, thank you for getting the ditch problem that I had fixed. Very much thank you. But I'm here also to tell you that I'm disgusted with the misuse of government property by the mayor. You should be ashamed to sit there on our board as the leader of this city, of this community, and allege that you did not know who made the phone calls. You're not going to dispute it or deny it. Well, if you cannot control your cell phone, then what can you control in our city? Why don't you just come up, tell the truth, say, I did it. I made those phone calls. I was soliciting. There's no different than another board member that you have sitting here in this city who was convicted of solicitation of a prostitute for $10. Folks, it is an embarrassment to have to look at my grandson who is 6 years old, who I lay my life on the line for him. Papa, what did the mayor do? Why don't you go to my house and explain to my grandson? Why? You can't even look at me, Mr. Mayor. Why don't you look at me while I'm addressing you? You're an embarrassment. At least stand up and say, I did it. Be man enough to say you did it. And if you didn't do it, ask the chief to conduct an investigation. Technology is so good that we could pinpoint to the tower, to the meter where you made that phone call on that particular day. We don't need GPS on your truck. We're not hunting you, okay? We are not stalking you. We just want you to be honest. Tell the truth. Admit it. If you do the crime, do the time. Don't hold our people, our police officers, to a higher standard, our city officials to a higher standard, and you have no standard at all. Say it. I did it. Citizens, I hope you forgive me. I'm a man. I did wrong. And we will respect you and we will follow behind you as a leader. But as a liar, I will not stand behind you. As a leader, I will. I will follow you to the end. I'll put my life on the line for you. I'll defend our city, our country, anywhere it needs to go. But be honest about it. Tell the truth. The truth shall set you free. Don't cover one lie with another lie with another lie. And by the way, your vague threats that you're going to get on the offense, bring it on, big boy. Okay? I'll play defense. You play offense. Let the best man win. Because it's the truth. Thank you, and I'm sorry for the citizens for being rude, but nothing bothers me more than a liar.
Thank you for your comment. Next.
Our next speaker is Chris Carter. When you come up here, Mr. Carter, be sure you state your full address and name.
Board, Mayor and Aldermen. My name is Chris Carter. I live at 139 Fisk Drive in Laverne. Just the first one said, I normally am not one for public speaking, but the actions that have been shown over the past few days has made me have to do this. It's an embarrassment of the city that I've grown up in. I was born and raised here. I'm 24 years old, and it's an embarrassment. I try to stay out of stuff. I try to give people a fair chance. But when a board or a mayor, etc., take and abuse city property take their city truck outside of city limits, and it's not really one of them things where I'm 100% sure on what it is, or why, and then kind of deny it or make up excuses, and then say in an interview with Daily News Journal that you weren't where people accuse you were. There's pictures of you being there, of every one of the 4 places that I know of that have been outside of city limits. And then eating at Cracker Barrel and talking about city matters of internal investigation of the city, about people that are interviewing or applying for board member jobs and actual employee jobs, and talking poorly of them, being caught on recordings talking poorly about volunteers that have volunteered thousands of hours with the city, and also throwing them off of boards for absolutely no reason other than disagreeing with you. It's an embarrassment. And then to appoint someone that has had a record and has plead guilty to these of theft from an employer over $500, then caught stealing breath mints while carrying, and then solicitation. All of this that you've done over the past 11 months is an embarrassment. And I hate having to do it, and I don't like public speaking, but it's just bad. And for you to sit there and deny it and say you're going to get on the offensive and you're going to more or less get back at people or try to get ahead of what people are catching you doing, it's not us trying to hunt you down or stalk you. It's just us being good people that are holding our government accountable. That's the whole point of the United States, is to hold your government accountable. There's not enough of it. You got to start at home and do it first, hold them accountable, and then you can go your way up. That's the whole problem with what's wrong in Washington. And it's the same way here. You aren't held accountable. That's people of Laverne, we need to hold you accountable, and if you're not doing right, you need to resign or just leave. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for your comment. Next.
The next speaker is C.J. Jatala. Please be sure you give your complete name and address.
Good evening. My name is C.J. Jatala, 529 Fraser Street, Smithville, Tennessee, 37166. My niece was Cherokee Harriman, who committed suicide out at the park. Most people know by now who I am. And we just want to say that you guys really need to make some kind of ruling on the fact that there needs to be an anti-bullying in place. We are still, as of yesterday, getting stupid stuff put on about my niece. There needs to be some kind of repercussion. And to sit there and hear the police go, there's nothing we can do, there needs to be something done. And this, I'm just going to end it with this right here. I've got a file for each one of you. Can I bring it? Okay. How am I going to have to open it to everybody gets it? Like I said, our thing is every child counts, every child matters. That's what we stand for. That's what SABTN is about. Now let me ask you, when you look at that file, when you open it up and look at it, are you going to deny another one of these children that are out there in our school systems, in our playgrounds, the right to protect themselves and know that they are protected by going to a parent? Because if you don't pass an anti-bullying law, you're telling them that their life is not worth anything. And the ones that have gone on already because of the bullying, there is no reason for them to even bother to speak up because nobody's going to help them. So what is Laverne going to say? Laverne needs to stand up and say, it's time that we do something. What it is, all we ask is that you guys would consider counseling, anger management, and community service for their first offense. The second offense, their parents have to go. The third offense, then it's up to y'all to decide that one. We would suggest juvie hall, but, you know, depending on the child's circumstances, there could be an alternative route. But we need you guys to take this seriously. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
The next speaker is Debbie Hewen. When you come up, please be sure to state your full name and address, please.
Hello, my name is Debbie Hewen, and I live at 431 Randall Lane, and I do have security cameras just in case. But I've been a resident here since 2000, and just want to speak a little bit on something that's going on in the city, plus about bullying. I think the two things kind of coincide. With bullying, about a month ago, the little girl Cherokee took her life because she couldn't get answers, couldn't get a resolution to being bullied and attacked. I experienced that myself when I was in junior high going to a new school, and I also experienced it once again when my son entered 6th grade at our brand new junior high. At that time, as a single mother, I could not afford to put him in a private school. I didn't have any other options. I kept him in the school. I went to the school board every month, spoke out against bullying. Could they not do something to protect my son, who was a straight-A student, but he's smaller than the other kids? He would come home at least once a month with broken and mangled glasses. The teachers couldn't do anything about it. The principal would not do anything about it. Numerous reporters went to the school and interviewed them, and they pretty much summed it up as, you know, it's part of growing up, it's part of learning to toughen up. They said my son would eventually toughen up. Well, I don't want my son to toughen up. I want him to be like I raised him, to be respectful to others, to honor how I raised him, to be good to other people and expect other people to be good to him in return and not be malicious and just sheer meanness. It broke my heart every day as I drug him out of the car and drug him into the school so we wouldn't get in trouble for him not being there. One of the bully's mothers even attacked me. She was arrested 3 times with a felony and was told to stay away from us. It took me 4 visits, 4 months to the school board, and not until I brought the media with me did they ban the violent mother who had one of the violent bullies. And what I'm seeing here in the city is I know it's probably out of your hands of what you can control in the schools, but I wish there was something between the police departments and the city people that you could find some way to work with this, because I promise you, the schools, I don't know if their hands are tied or what. They can't control it. They can't stop it. So if the city can do something to help alleviate this problem, whether it's training kids, teaching kids how to act if they're not learning how to act at home, because we don't need one more life, you know, to be lost because of that. And then another part of the bullying is kids learn from their parents usually, or adults they're around and what they see. And I don't know who did what or who didn't do what, who used what phone or anything like that, but I want to say there's bullying going on Facebook by grown-up adults who have children that are bullying different people in administration, and I'm sorry for taking too much time.
Thank you for your comment. Next.
The final speaker is Jason Cole. When you come up, please state your name and your complete address, please.
My name is Jason Cole of 7115 Beard Court. I'm here tonight to recommend that the city go ahead and put forth new policies both for mobile cell use that is paid for by the city as well as internet use. That's all encompassing. It covers both city employees and elected officials. At the same time, I'm recommending that the city follow the county's example and set up an ethics committee. That way, if there's any ethics concerns by the residents, if they file a complaint, it's actually viewed and reviewed by citizens appointed to this board. And then if there needs to be further action taken as determined by an attorney or the city administrator, that can be done. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
That's
the
the final
5th
speaker.
one. It's no more to comment. Appreciate everyone coming up and speaking tonight. We're going to take a 5-minute recess, and we're going to lead right on into the regular Mayor and Alderman meeting. 5-minute recess.